pastrami. It's simply one of New York's best culinary offerings, and I've eaten a lot of it. While I've enjoyed some amazing pastrami at some of NYC's most notable establishments, the one I had recently at an unlikely place blew them all away. Today I'm in the beautiful neighborhood of Red Hook, Brooklyn, and I'm very pleased because for lunch today I got to consume a sandwich that I've been wanting to try for years at a restaurant that I've wanted to go to for like ever. I am talking about the pastrami sandwich from Hometown Barbecue. The main reason why it took me so long to dine at the establishment is it's just really far away from me. Red Hook, Brooklyn is just not the most accessible part of New York City, especially considering where I live in Astoria, Queens. While I could take the subway here, I'd be spending forever underground and taking the most convoluted route of having to transfer it to train after train, and that just didn't sound too appealing. Instead, I took the scenic route and got here by ferry. However, it was still a bit of a journey to get here. I had to transfer once, and the ferry is slightly more expensive than the subway, but I think it was worth it. And the lunch I had today definitely made this trip to Red Hook, Brooklyn so worth it. So this was my lunch at Hometown Barbecue. Brooklyn native Bill Durney opened Hometown Barbecue in Red Hook during 2013. Durney previously worked in the private security field, which allowed him to travel and soak up knowledge and inspiration for barbecue. As a result of Durney's efforts, Hometown is often regarded as having some of the best barbecue in New York City. The Michelin Guide even bestowed a Bib Gourmand distinction on the establishment. Hometown is a sizable restaurant. There's plenty of seating inside as well as outside. At points, it could be a lengthy wait for one's food, but I had no problem when I arrived to the establishment right when it opened on a Friday. The menu has barbecue staples like brisket and pulled pork, but also items that highlight New York City and its mix of cultures like Korean pork ribs, Oaxacan chicken, and a pastrami sandwich. Costing $28, the pastrami is not cheap, and it's only available on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. The pastrami sandwich has all the typical elements of the usual New York examples, such as rye bread and brown deli mustard. It was a truly mouth-watering sight. Well, it may not be the largest sandwich, nor the smallest sandwich, but as I was about to find out, it was the best. My first bite was what I would imagine ascending up to heaven to be like. I was overcome with supreme joy and happiness as the explosion of pastrami flavor not only hit my palate, but my entire heart and soul. The sandwich was an absolute masterpiece. The meat had a bold red color and was lined with a fantastic bark and luscious layers of fat. It was so juicy, succulent, and flexible, which equated to the ideal texture. No doubt about it, it was salty, and I should have gone to the bar to purchase a beer, but I was too transfixed with my sandwich to move me from my seat. Like most classic pastrami sandwiches, Hometown's example is topped with mustard, which doesn't distract from the meat, rather it complements it with its robust flavor. And like the other typical pastrami examples, rye bread covers Hometown's offering, but this is also an area in which Hometown's sandwich far exceeds its competitors. While the likes of Katz and 2nd Avenue Deli utilize basic slices of rye, Hometown butters and toasts their bread to order. Of course, it's fair to say that a pastrami sandwich is really all about the meat, and while that may be mostly true, the bread still plays a part. The way Hometown prepares their rye bread really makes an overall difference in the quality of the sandwich. It has a buttery flavor and also a slight crunch. While in other pastrami sandwiches, the bread seems to play no role other than cradling the meat, whereas in Hometown's offering, it complements the brisket. Overall, what I ate was something very special. It filled me with tremendous joy and happiness while providing me with one of those spectacular food moments that I live for. As astounding as my pastrami was, I knew that alone wouldn't fill me up, so I got a side of potato salad. Most of the sides Hometown offers are the typical barbecue accompaniments, so I tried to choose one that would go best with my pastrami. While the kosher dill pickles were easily the most traditional pastrami pairing, the potato salad just sounded more appealing to me. It was a pretty solid potato salad. The texture was on point, it tasted fresh, and overall, I liked it. But still, it's potato salad, and I was contemplating if I should have ditched tradition and went with one of the more exciting sides like mac and cheese. However, I still enjoyed it, and I definitely enjoyed the music playing inside the restaurant. It's definitely loud, but it's a great soundtrack of artists like the Rolling Stones and Creedence Clearwater Revival. It really contributed a great atmosphere to the restaurant. Finally, to conclude my meal, I consumed the restaurant's only dessert, the banana cream pudding. It was very tasty and smooth with a great banana and creamy flavor. However, it needed some texture because it was really one note. While there were pieces of banana within the pudding, which was nice, it needed that crunch from the standard banana pudding ingredient of Nilla wafers. It's just not the same without them. What ticked me off later was when I checked the restaurant's Instagram page and saw a photo of their banana pudding absolutely loaded with Nilla wafers. It made me wonder just where the hell were mine? Whether they were forgotten or are no longer part of the dish, the banana pudding was still good, but it was incomplete. However, that definitely didn't spoil my lunch, as their pastrami sandwich made it all worth it. My, that was amazing. That sandwich was an absolute masterpiece. Oh, that was so perfect. Yes, it is a barbecue establishment, but their pastrami sandwich might just very well be the best in New York City. Having been in New York City for over 3.5 years now, I've had a lot of great pastrami. I've of course been at Katz, I've been to Pastrami Queen, 2nd Avenue Deli, Sarge's, Frankel's Delicatessen, David's Brisket House. I've been to a lot of places. And this pastrami sandwich I had today at Hometown Barbecue blows them all out of the water. And that's really saying something because I loved those other establishments that I listed. But the pastrami I had today was on such another level. That was like an ethereal food experience. That was not only the best pastrami I've ever had, that was one of the best sandwiches I ever had. That was perfect, a 10 out of 10, an absolute masterpiece. It is a destination-worthy sandwich. And do I feel bad about paying $28? Hell no. When the food is that good, I have no problem paying that sort of price. In conclusion, today's lunch was fantastic, and I can't wait to go back to Hometown Barbecue again. And next time, I'll go there for the barbecue because everything they sold there just looked fantastic. And it's clear that the restaurant really focuses on quality. But today, I am supremely content with my pastrami sandwich. That was something truly special.